This is a situation where even the YouTuber is getting overlooked. I would have thought that a song like this that's actually really good as well would be at least the same amount of people.
Well, he started where we started. I'm just reading here. Previously only averaging a few hundred views per video. How could you not?
Yeah.
So promise me you'll give yourself a chance to love, to grow, to bloom, to hold on to your own.
Anyway, so let's get on from here. So we're gonna go into ONI actually. ONI, I don't know like them as a band. The one I'm picking is Silence in a Room of Lies, and that's one of the features on it is Jared Dines, and we should talk about Jared Dines because he's like, as a metal YouTube channel, he's the king of metal YouTube. He's like the king of YouTube space in terms of metal music. Like
he just talks about stuff, I guess.
Yeah, he just does metal related content on YouTube. He's done it for like 10 years. He's the biggest. He's probably the biggest.
Oh yeah, Wikipedia's top things says YouTube. Yeah, for career.
Yeah, he's huge. He's done all kind. Like he's a drummer. He's a guitarist. He's done a bunch of stuff. I don't know what he's doing in this song particularly, but I don't think he's doing the lyrics. He's a really obviously super talented. He's really popular.
He toured with Trivium.
Yeah, he
performed on stage with Breaking Benjamin. Cool.
Yeah, he has
a cover with Post Malone. Cool.
Yeah, he did a band called SION with Howard Jones from Killswitch.
Okay, yeah.
He has a band with him.
It's probably good.
It's really good. SION's great. Like if you liked like the Howard Jones version of
for sure
Killswitch, then you'll like SION. Like
how could you not?
Yeah. So SION's like just a newer, updated version, I would say, of that classic.
I'll have to check
Killswitch. Anyway, but ONI, I've actually been on them for a few years now. I actually got into them through Michael Lessard, which is like obviously a theme for me. They have another song called Apocalypse that's really good. The whole album that this comes out of is really, really good. But I was looking at this, I was like, oh, Jared Dines is on it. It's probably going to be super popular. But because again, he's like Jared Dines is like millions of subscribers. So I would have thought that a song like this that's actually really good as well would be at least the same amount of people. But it's only at 142,000. For ONI as a band, like it probably makes sense because ONI's not that, they're pretty relatively unknown, I would say. But for Jared Dines being on it as a feature and it's still only getting 142,000 is crazy.
That's interesting because it looks like says Dines was a touring member of metalcore band ONI and he joined them in 2024. So it's a new thing. So yeah, you'd think that following would have followed him to the band, but
yeah,
we've learned that especially like deeper songs on an album, for instance, are fleeting, even for hardcore or people who pretend to be hardcore metalheads.
It's true.
They just don't go deep into albums for whatever reason.
I'm guessing this is their single. Like I think this is probably one of the singles off of that album, which is surprising to me. It means obviously it means the rest of the album is probably just that low. I actually didn't even look up Apocalypse because once I looked this one up and saw how low it was, even for Jared Dines being on it, it's kind of surprising. Armageddon, that's what it was. Armageddon. That one's pretty low. Only 35,000 for that one. That should be a lot better than that too. Armageddon's. This is the song that actually got me into them, and I kind of went down the rabbit hole with them, and then ended up getting into Silence in a Room of Lies.
Well, maybe you haven't released like the album yet with the Jared Dines, so it's like they're just kind of recent singles, and then once they release
Silence in a Room of Lies was out with the rest of the album. Like I got into this off of the album, and then I've only realized now that there's a video with Jared Dines on it. Like I didn't know that was a thing before.
Interesting. Okay.
So I already knew this was a good song, independent of the fact that it's apparently one of their singles, I guess. And obviously it's probably one of the higher view ones otherwise, but it's still not that high. Again, for Jared Dines being on it, it should be way bigger. I don't know why it's not. I guess this is a situation where even the YouTuber is getting overlooked, right? Like it's like you can overlook the band, but like even his subscribers like are overlooking his own music, I guess, in a way, which is surprising. Like it needs more. Yeah. It's for how good. Honestly, this is really good. Like this is going to be right up our alley. It's pretty gent, I would say. Like it's in the gent universe. It's definitely like our style of music. ONI's been great. I've been listening to them for a few years now, and it's like right at that level. So anyway, but let's check it out. Silence in a Room of Lies with Oni and Jared Dines. Let's check it out.
Hold on to your empathy. Keep on searching, you'll find your melody. So promise me you'll give yourself a chance to love, to grow, to bloom. So hold on to your empathy. It's time you'll say. You'll find your melody. So promise me you'll give yourself a chance to love, to grow, to bloom. So hold on to your empathy. It's time you'll say. It's time you'll say.
The intro almost sounded like German video gamey melody,
Yeah.
like a Red Alert intro or something.
Yeah, you actually see that Howard Jones was in that music video, actually. Like, you can see,
Yeah, they
like,
showed him there. Yeah,
they're obviously relatively well off. It's probably more of a passion project than anything else anyways, in a way. Like, they're all probably relatively well off enough that it's like, it's not like they're like a small band, like trying to make it out. Obviously, they have like funds to make it work.
you think 3 million subscribers is enough? You think? I don't know.
To be like well off. Yeah, it's a good point. I don't know. It's probably not like that well off. Even Howard Jones these days, like, you know, he has. You know,
I'm sure he's doing well,
I don't know.
depending what rights he has to the old Killswitch.
The old Killswitch, probably, yeah. But how long does that last, really? Right? Like, I guess you just ride that forever. I guess. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest.
Who knows?
At least they're not starting from scratch. Like, they're not like a they're not like a focus pool or something like that.
Animals may be the only example I could think of a band that started out big and like was able to maintain it. Like started out like out of the gate, like well polished and everything. Like every band we listen to started, you know, with a poorly mastered album recorded in a basement somewhere, you know, type thing.
Yeah, it's true. It might just be the nature of how Tosin Abasi kind of came around. I don't know if like what exactly the popularity of like where Tosin like really came from before Animals as Leaders to make them. Obviously, they just keep gaining traction. Like I think Animals has had like a similar, just a much earlier version of it. Actually, maybe not that earlier, but similar trajectory as like a prog band like that would, where like they just a slow, constant build as people find out who they are.
But they didn't start from nothing, you know.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I know Tosin actually toured with several bands before he was in before he had Animals as Leaders as like a main project. Like he was, playing guitar.
Like Animals came together as like established artists, right? Rather than like again, most of the bands we listen to, like these guys all kind of came up together.
The only one I would say that might be the case for would be Javier Reyes. He's the only one that I think went into Animals as Leaders with like a background of having done other things. I know the original drummer for Animals Leaders that wasn't Matt Garska. Like the original album, the first album that Animals Leaders did was with Davine Copperweis. I don't remember what he was on, like if he did anything before then. I think it was just the nature of the music that they were playing. I think even before then, I think Tosin Abasi toured with Born of Osiris. Actually, like he was I think Tosin Abasi filled in for Jason Richardson on tour with Born of Osiris at some point. And a couple other bands, for that matter, as well. And I think that's where he got some notoriety as a guitarist. And then just based on the music that came out, like, CAFO was huge when it came out. Like, no one had heard anything like that out of a guitar.
Right.
And Matt Garska, he was fresh out of school. Like, he got picked up. I think Tosin Abasi went to school, I think, with Matt Garska. And that's why they ended up bringing him into Animals, if I remember correctly.
Well, he started where we started. I'm just reading here. Previously only averaging a few hundred views per video, 10 styles of metal was picked up by local news outlets and highlighted by online music journalists. Huh.
I talked about Jared Dines. Yeah, again, Jared Dines is like he's done some. I can think of a few videos. Like he'd go to like metal shows and like get people. Like he just ask people questions. Like he'd get people to name 3 songs from like the band T-shirt that they're wearing and stuff like that. And like he had some good stuff. He did a guitar off. Like he would do like a back and forth. Like he did a back and forth with Jason Richardson on guitar.
Good luck.
Yeah, he got absolutely smoked, but that was funny. It was really good. Like he's a really good YouTuber. Honestly, he's like, if you're in the music metal space on YouTube, like you have to check out Jared Dines. Obviously, like I can't think of anybody that's bigger than that.
I'll check him out.
There's a couple of other like reaction guys out there, metal wise, but in terms of like guys that are playing the music and actually just talking about really getting into it like that aren't just like a news channel or something like that, then Jared Dines is where it's at. It's really funny too, like really good content creator in general. But again,
ONI's Canadian.
Awesome. They only have the one album as far as I'm aware, unless they come up with more since. Oh, this is a new one. So I haven't even caught up yet. So they are still coming out with music. So cool. That's awesome. Yeah, and then they have some other stuff on top of that. So but I've been into them for a while since they came out with their last album. I've been bumping their stuff ever since. The whole album is really damn good. Like if you want something to pick up that's really solid already out of the gate like that, they're great. So they're like genty, deathcore style metal. They're just like right in that Killswitch vein, I would say. Same with SION. Again, if you actually like Howard Jones from Killswitch, then SION's is that. SION is done by Howard Jones with Jared Dines. I think Jared Dines is like one of the, I don't know if he's doing drums on SION or something, but that's also a really good band as well.
I'll check him out.
I found ONI a little bit more interesting as a band overall than SION, but again, it's like they're so good. Like SION, again, I think there was like a few of those songs that were really good. Like I Am the Blade, I think is a good one from SION to check out.
We'll cover some actual Killswitch too at some point.
Yeah, definitely. There's that one song that they did where Howard Jones and the original singer from Killswitch did a song together as Killswitch. Signal Fire, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, so there's that. So ONI is a good band. Worth checking out. Jared Dines, worth checking out. Awesome stuff. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. Old School Parkway Drive is coming up next. Stay tuned.
I'm playing all